The main thing is that to build something that you feel passion for. If you don't feel the passion for, then you need to find someone else that is having the passion. No? I think this is so important, because if you don't have passion for the thing you are preparing, then it will be not as good and as authentic it should be.
Welcome to the Hotel Moment podcast presented by Revinate. This is your podcast to understand how technology can shape every moment of the hotelier's experience. Tune in to explore cutting-edge technologies and to hear from experts who are shaping guest experiences. It's 2026, and I'm Dylan Cole, the Managing Director of Revinate Europe. Along with Karen Stevens, we'll be bringing you a fresh perspective on what matters most to hoteliers. Welcome to the Hotel Moment. Today, we're excited to welcome Diego Calvo, CEO and co-founder of Concept Hotel Group, a collection of 9 distinctive hotel brands built on the island of Ibiza, where Diego grew up. With 25 years in the industry and stints in Marriott and Hilton behind him, Diego went independent in 2013 with a clear vision to create hotels that are cultural destinations, not just places to sleep. Built around 5 pillars: art, fashion, design, music, and cinema, Concept Hotel Group has carved out a unique identity that drives strong, direct bookings, deep community ties, and loyal repeat guests. Today, Diego is here to talk about brand storytelling, community-first hospitality, and building hotels with a genuine soul. Welcome to the show, Diego. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much for having me.
And how are you today? You good?
I'm good. We are in Ibiza getting ready for a new season. Now we opening the hotels in a couple of weeks again. So excited.
Yeah, busy time ahead. I'm sure everybody's excited and anticipating. I thank you, even though you're busy, for joining us and taking time. I know people want to learn about you and learn about your incredible brand that you've built. And if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to start off just thinking a little bit about your brand and your experience. My first question that I have for you is if you wouldn't mind kind of sharing a little bit about your journey in hospitality, sort of from your early days working in international chains, and then the moment that you decided to take that big leap of faith and found the Concept Hotel Group, if you wouldn't mind.
Yes. Well, I've been all my life relation to hotels and music. I did hotel management in Mallorca, actually in the year 1998. I born in Ibiza. I'm 45 now, and I'm a super passionate person for hotels and also for live music. Also at the same time, we are also music promoters here in Ibiza. And basically, after studying hotel management, I did also a master at Barcelona. And I started to get experience in different hotel groups like Marriott, Hilton, NH. And then finally in 2006, I came back to the Ibiza. It's a place that I love. And I was so lucky to get a position in like managing a hotel. And after a few years, because I always been quite, I had a vision of how the hotel industry should be, no? And then I had few inspirations from a hotel here, very legendary. It's called Hotel Pikes, still running, and also everything that Ian Schrager was doing after Studio 54, like with Royalton, Delano, and all these places where socialize was part of the hotel experience. And then, so in 2013, I started my own hotel group with a good friend. We founded the company together with Talent Plan Ace, and then we've been going. So till COVID time, we were growing quite fast, like a hotel per year. We develop in total. We're gonna nine hotel brands. Now for the last 5 years, it's just me and another partner, which is also a friend. It's called Mark Raola. He also owns another hotel brands. So basically, we partner together and we are in a moment now where we gonna open our hotel number 10 next year. But the most important is not about the number of hotels; it's about the personality that each hotel is having, and how we develop the brands so into detail. No, I like to say group and not chain because every hotel is different. So that's like we create a very specific um, world for each brand. No,
Yeah, right. There's uniqueness amongst all your hotels, despite there being 10, they're not the same. They're all different experiences.
exactly. That's it. That's the objective. To be different. It's so important.
And that's kind of what I was thinking as somebody that's a local Ibiza native. You built your career there. Your connection to the island must be really strong, obviously. How has your connection to the island actually played into your vision for what a hotel can be? Are there specific things that a guest would see show up and would only exist because of your connection to the island?
Well, yeah. I mean, I love Ibiza. No, it's a super multicultural place where you find in a small place is so much going on. I mean, the winter is quiet. I love the winter, but during the summer, like our season goes from April to November, and it's so much going on. Uh, what I love the most about Ibiza is the freedom. No, is the hedonims from the past. That is still alive. No, uh, if we look at the hotels we create, are more, to be honest, are more reference from another places in the world, like a lot from US, a lot what the most of the like the hotel brands in US they've been doing, like for example the Standard Noise is a group that or legendary places like the Chateau Marmont. I love the Madonna Inn. I mean, all these hotels were are a very good interior design, but at the same time, uh, very strong in the content and in the cultural part. No, uh, we have developed different brands. Like we have, for example, Cubanito, which is like Havana in the 50s, or we have Mongibello, that is like Amalfi Coast, also 60s, 70s. Like I actually made a trip to the Amalfi Coast and look at all these aspirational hotels like La Sirenuse or San Pietro Positano. No, now I just came back from the Pacific because we are preparing a brand for 227. It's called Acapulco Amor. That is going to be. But basically, my main inspiration was Boca Chica, the hotel from Grupo Habita, from my friend Carlos Couturier, which I say hi from here, and and so that style from the Pacific style is so strong. So we are preparing a hotel with that style, no, in terms of architecture and design. So I made a little trip to get inspiration of, because we work a lot the little details, no. Uh, so that's how a brand um feels more real, not only of what you offer, also what you design, no. So important.
So would it be safe to say, like, take my question is, it's actually a little bit reverse of the way I've asked. You're from there, but what you've kind of done is gone out and found things from around the world that you love and brought them to where you're from.
Yeah, it's actually, yes. I mean, many people ask that because it was a time when I started the group, I saw that most of the hotels in Ibiza were looking pretty similar, like very Mediterranean, very white, which I love. I mean, it's a style that I also love, but I think I wanted to do also something different that shows, that is colorful, that is attracts people that wants to live a happy summer, let's say, but it's not like the others. So we try to create places that were um, very colorful. I got also a lot of inspiration from all the old classic Ocean Drive. Uh, I say more the architecture, how it was in the past. No, the facades, the 50s. I know now is very different in terms of the people they have there in that area. But by the architecture is so powerful. It's very it's tropical. It's colorful, and And yeah, so yeah, we did very different to what you can find in Ibiza, but we did. People loved it actually, and so we continue. And every time we wanted to create a new hotel, we say, okay, we have to stay to be true of what we love, and be true to be different and do things different, not only in terms of the design, also with the content.
And where do you like, just looking at you, right? People maybe listening won't see it, but you're such a uh, cool dressed guy. You have such great style. You have great taste. Like, if they're listening, they won't know this, but I can see that you really care about your aesthetic. I can see the things you've chosen to be around your desk, right? Like, where do you get this from? Is this from your childhood? Were your parents very creative people? Like, where does this inspiration stem from? Yeah,
And
it's
I
interesting.
love the decade I love the most is the 70s. Since
Mhm.
since I was 20 years old, I've been actually collecting Western shares, Hawaiian shares. I have more than you will not believe, but I have around 700 pieces.
I believe it.
Too many. I mean, I don't have my wife or sisters. What we do with
Did you say 700?
700, 700. I have
Oh my
even
god.
from movies like the Red Western from True Romance, or I have
Mhm.
a Hawaiian share from Tom Selleck from the series Magnum. So yeah, I love a lot the I think aesthetic is important, it's just I do it because I love it. No, actually, the office, the main office here in Ibiza of Concept Hotel Group is all inspired by, I don't know if you've seen the series Vinyl from Martin Scorsese, which is like a record discographic company in the 70s in New York. So we inspired by that series to design the office.
It's so cool. And it kind of leads me to my next question, by the way. So you have 5 pillars, right? For your group. So they are art, fashion, design, music, and cinema.
Exactly.
And obviously I can see this inspiration in your office and you, but like, how would a guest experience these pillars in their stay if they're staying at a concept hotel?
Yeah. I mean, it's not that if you don't like, let's say everyone likes cinema, no, but let's say you don't like cinema and then you go, let's say to Gran Paradiso, it's a hotel we call the movie hotel. But if you don't like cinema, you can have, I mean, it's a great design, it's a great hotel, but so what we do is we choose one of the pillars and then we put it into the storytelling of the hotel. For example, the Gran Paradiso is having a super classic 30 seats cinema, and then every room, um, we pay tribute to. So we sign a contract with or a cinema director or a visual. So someone that does, let's say, video campaigns for brands, big directors. So we sign a contract with them. So they provide us content for a gallery that we have into the hotels, and we have like 8 TVs. So every month is like videos from these artists showing at the TVs. So you go and you see, and then also they have their own room, and so it's a way of provide content and storytelling to the brand. Now, the last hotel we opened is called Los Felices. Los Felices is actually a street in Palm Springs. I also visited, and so all the architecture and design of this hotel is totally 70s Palm Springs, which I love. Very colorful at the same time. Um, but the concept of the hotel, we call it the fashion hotel. And also, we have different collaborations with fashion designers, like actually 80 of them, that they gave fast fashion campaign, photos that you can see in the corridors, in the rooms. Um, Also a big screen with the fashion shows. So it's basically these pillars. So every pillar is in a different hotel, and that's how we create the storytelling of each one. It's a lot to say, but we have much time now.
No, no, we're good. We're good. It's really interesting. And I think that takes me then to kind of, if you think about starting a property, you can talk about them now that you've already designed this fashion hotel, but what does it look like, the process of kind of starting a new hotel, even from, finding the building or the location, working with the architects, the designers, coming up with the theme, like Can you take me through how do you actually work through that process?
Yeah, this for me is like obviously is the part I enjoy the most, but it's so important to pay a lot of attention to this process because once you build, once you finish the building, then you kind of go backwards and redesign everything. It's like when you design a car, no, you say, okay, we want the air conditioning here, so it's going to be there forever, no. So I mean, there are many opportunities in the market. You can find buildings here, hotels there that you can rent or buy. But I mean, in in my opinion, the process of providing a, a design and a concept to a hotel, all this process before you sit down with the interiorists or the architects, and you actually, well, I can show here. I have some projects in the table that I'm working at, and so what we do is we find a place and we say, okay, in that place, we imagine this type of hotel, no? So then when we start from there, we do like a super long conceptual briefing of everything, not only interiors, colors, materials. So in this during so in that conceptual briefing, you will say, okay, which music we like, what photos are going to be in the lobby, what so all the details. I mean, it's like we be like a Ferrari, and then maybe we finish with a Mercedes, okay? But very important that process. So then one is so clear and we have an objective, then we sit down with the rest of the team, the technical team that will be working during the construction, the interior designers, the branding people, everyone. So it's actually the process I love the most, no? Having a little whiskey and then work on the ideas.
If you had to pick like one part of that decision-making process, is there one thing you like the most? Is it the picking the music? Is it the photos? Or is it too hard to say?
The concept. I mean, which concept we do? The concept and design, both, both of them.
Very cool. I think that sounds great. So I guess you're working through this with your new property that you're going to open. Is that where you're at in this phase? Or
We are in a moment now. We already finished the conceptual briefing, okay, with all the details after actually also my last trip that I took some new ideas. So now we are in a moment. So once we finish all the conceptual briefing, then we sit down. Now we have to finish executive project, and then we will start construction in October. No, and that process is important. But also when we open doors, it's very important that we maintain the level of what we had in mind in terms of creating all the time content to be alive. I think it's very important. Sometimes, especially now that are so many brands that are being scaled so quick, okay, they show amazing renders, amazing materials, they open, but once they are open, sometimes some of them, they are a bit dead, because not dead, but with no soul. So it's not collective people working around the brand. And all that is very important to keep working on it.
100%. It's so much more than just the initial idea, throwing it together. Like you said, well, I've never personally built a hotel, but I can imagine you have to follow every step of the journey along the way from the beginning to the opening day through forever, actually, to make sure that the heart stays alive. On that note, obviously at Revinate, we think a lot about direct bookings. And one of the things that we know is that you're doing about 35 to 40% direct bookings in your group. Is that right? We got that right?
Yes, some hotels we doing, some hotels we doing more, like the maximum we do is, for example, in a hotel we are doing around 43%, and some other hotels we doing less. But this is something. I mean, the good thing, we are not like international hotel group. I mean, we're gonna expand and open outside Ibiza also in the coming future. But being let's say a local hotel group and being so strong direct is also because the brands we develop is not that someone is looking like they go into booking.com and they look hotels. I want to find a hotel in Ibiza or hotel in Playa, and then they look the photo and they like it. No, they go into Google and they say, okay, I like Hotel Tropicana or I like Hotel Cubanito because they want the experience. Maybe they will not book directly, but we are working a lot on the brand. So one of the main objectives is so we do as much direct as possible, no?
And that's what I was going to ask you. And I think you've kind of answered it here, but just to get even more specific, do you think that cultural relevance that you've worked so hard to curate and the programming that you've put into your properties, do you think that is what ultimately leads people to go and search you out directly rather than, yeah.
Good question. We're making some studies, no, of our hotel guests, and I will say that around 15% of the people staying in the hotels is exactly the type of client that we would like to have, let's say, okay? Because let's say it's more cosmopolitan people, which they having like an interest and for cinema, fashion, music, okay? And they really want to be with us because not only the design, also because what we offer and how we are as a brand. So this is, we want to increase that. Now also we're working very strong to launch our loyalty plan, also with Revinate, now at the beginning of April. And so we are creating different levels, but because we want the people to feel part, not only of a loyalty plan, I want the people to feel part of the lifestyle we offer in the hotels also. So we are starting with that plan now to increase also our direct sales.
Yep, 100%. It's not like your points-based traveling for business loyalty program. You're trying to create a community. And from what I understand, the tiers are going to be called the local, the insider. Am I allowed to say this? Is this a secret?
You can say 100%. We're going to launch it. Yeah, I mean, it's going to call the Concept Society, and then we're going to have the insider, the regular, the resident, and the collective. And then we have one special, the local, because the local is because we do a lot of cultural events into the hotels, and it's people coming to our places that are not staying with us. They just from Ibiza, and they come to our live music events or to our arts exhibitions. So that will be just for the locals. But I think very interested because we are connecting, let's say, our guest list events platform. We are connecting this to Revinate, so we can control how many times an external client is coming to our events, which is super interested. And then we also doing the collective level. This is going to be just people. We're going to choose because we say that they can be like ambassadors from us. Like, let's say, okay, I'm doing a trip and I'm meeting these cool artists, maybe never stay with us, but I say, okay, you're going to be the collective. People is going to be more choose one by one, let's say for the collective. For the others, resident will be like 20 room nights. I don't like it's just an opinion of our way of doing things about it. We see more the number of nights more than the production of revenue, okay? Because maybe we have someone that really loves the brand, but can only come in low season because he cannot afford coming August. But I really appreciate that he's coming back with us. So that will be, so we're creating the levels depending the numbers of room nights.
I understand, because you don't want to, just because of somebody's budget, if they're loyal, we want to respect that and make sure they're being
exactly
taken care of. And it's actually, thank you for bringing this up, because it was one of the questions I had for you, because I know that during your low season, you're looking at an ADR around 180 a night, and then you can go up to, 500 in some of these really busier times, which you should. And it's the way it works. But how do you kind of manage that in your business, that you have such swings in your seasons, and manage the expectations of guests? It's the same property, but then a much different price point.
An offer. It's demand and offer. No, we are like every day, looking at how the sales are going, and it's like now how it goes today. So basically, we're very strong also in yield and management of changing rates daily depending on the demand. And we have a market which are under the brand of the Concept Hotels, this is more like all 4 stars. And then we have the Mongibello brand. The Mongibello brand, we plan to have it scale, and we are upgrading Mongibello this summer to 5 stars. So we are in a different market now that we are in Ibiza now. It's incredible. In the past, my partner Mark did a very good study of how the evolution of the 5 stars in Ibiza is been. It's crazy. Like since in the 90s, we had 1 5 stars in Ibiza. Now we have around 36. So it's crazy, yes. And so yeah, it's a lot of competition, and we depend a lot on the airlines here in Ibiza. We basically during the winter there is no like planes. There is planes arriving, but not like now. Actually, next week, 27th March, we're gonna start with some new operations. We open in the hotels always beginning of April, and so we're looking always arrivals. How are the prices? How are the competitors? Trying to be very active in terms of increasing the ADR as much as we can. But as you said, we go from 170, 180, then to with Mongibello we can increase and reach like 700 a night. But yes, we're trying to be very, very active also.
So thank you for that. And I know you're busy and you got to get back to figuring out how, open it up for the season. So I'm not going to keep you too much longer, but I would like to get one thing from you. So if there's a hotelier out there that's looking to build something as genuine as you have, and something with a cultural point of view, what was the one piece of advice that you would leave the listeners with today?
First of, I think the main thing is that to build something that you feel passion for. If you don't feel the passion for, then you need to find someone else that is having the passion. No? I think this is so important, because if you don't have passion for the thing you are preparing, then it will be not as good and as authentic should be. But you can also build a team that feels passion for these things. No, I'm so lucky that I'm so passionate for hotels and for all the brands we are creating. So yes, but also we are a big team working in all that details. No, but the most important is that the vision should be with passion for something.
And is that what you tell your wife when she tells you, why do you have these 700 pieces of... It's my passion.
My passion, yeah. Exactly.
No, you're totally right. Because if it's coming out and it's not authentic, people will know.
Mm-hmm.
People will know. So,
totally. And the people nowadays that is traveling, so they're looking a lot at the details. It's not like in the past, that they were just looking at a comfortable bed, a minibar, good air conditioning, breakfast, ciao. Now they're looking all the time for something else, no?
Absolutely. Well, you were doing that. You were delivering something unique and special, and we appreciate you sharing that with us today. And
well, we're best.
Yeah.
We invite you to come and enjoy it.
I will definitely take you up on that. 100%. So thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you hopefully soon.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Hopefully soon we can meet up in person too.
I look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dylan.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Hotel Moment by Revinate. Our community of hoteliers is growing every week, and each guest we speak to is tackling industry challenges with the innovation and flexibility that our industry demands. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. And if you're listening on YouTube, please like the video and subscribe for more content. For more information, head to revinate.com/Hotel Moment Podcast. Until next time, keep innovating.